Welcome back, and today we're talking about Kuma 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 Bear episode 12, the season finale. So like always, let's just jump into it. Episode 12, the season finale of Kuma Kuma Bear. I do have to say, I did like the ending. I like the emotional stuff that they brought into this episode. Now, it wasn't anything too emotional, right? Like, I wasn't crying or anything like that. But I do like how they ended this season with Fina and Yuna. Essentially, how this anime started. Now, before we jump into what happened in this episode and the overall rating of this anime, let me remind you to like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel out. And of course, I greatly appreciate it. But let's talk about Kuma 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 Bear, because this episode starts off with Yuna again. She is willing to do whatever it takes to get her food. And I do have to say, the food again in this episode, the one that Ans made, all the sushi, the rice, the fish, everything looked delicious. And of course, Yuna is very happy to the point where she invites Ans to go over to Crimonia in order to make a restaurant over there, so Yuna can have all this delicious food from, I believe it's what, Wa or Wan, essentially Japanese food, right? And it's awesome, right? We see that every time Yuna wants something, she will help anybody. She will do whatever it takes to get that done. And essentially that's where the next part of the episode came in, right? We see that Milela wants to essentially unite itself with Crimonia. They want to become part of Crimonia as the kingdom, but it's very hard because there's a huge mountain in between both countries or both cities. But as it turns out, Yuna has the perfect answer. She was able to build a tunnel by herself. OP, again, I love OP characters, and Yuna was able to create this tunnel fairly quickly to where essentially Crimonia had no reasons to say no. It would be better for both cities. It would create better trade. You know, everybody can go from each city a lot better, a lot safer, a lot faster. It's gonna be great for both parties, right? Because we see that the food, the fish, everything that Milela can bring to the table is going to be good for the city of Crimonia, and vice versa. Right now they can protect themselves because Crimonia can send guards, can send the armies and stuff like that. So the same thing that happened last episode where we had the thief and the kraken and stuff like that would not happen again. So it's a win-win for both cities, but especially for Yuna, because she'll be able to get the food that she wants. But that was the first half of the episode, and it was fun, it was good. But really the second half is the half of the episode that I really enjoyed the most. Again, I almost gave up on this anime early on, like episode 1. It really wasn't for me. It was one of my viewers that kind of told me, no, you need to go back and see episode 2. You might like it a little bit more. And I came back, and I'm glad I did, because I did enjoy this anime, right? For what it is. Because let's be real, the action, it doesn't have great action, doesn't have great fights, but I do like the characters, right? Especially the Yuna and Fina relationship, right? Like the little sister bond that they created. Even though the ending, to me, it was kind of cringy. It was a little awkward because even though they were like declaring their love for each other, I of course understood it as like a sister love, right? Like Fina and Yuna, they love each other like sisters, but it did seem like something else, like they were deeply in love. So it was a little cringy. I was kind of like, ugh, you know what I mean? But it's not that big of a deal. It was still cute, it was still awesome, and I still liked the ending. But seeing Fina and Yuna kind of drift apart, it was kind of sad because we see just how popular Yuna is, right? Everywhere she goes, she solves a lot of problems. So a lot of people feel great about having Yuna around. They want to be around her. They want to help her. They want to spend time with her. And Fina being like the first one to do that, I wouldn't say she's jealous, but I feel like she kind of felt that she was going to be thrown away. That's the kind of vibe that I got from Fina whenever she saw Yuna being greeted by everybody, right? That she saw that maybe one day Yuna was going to replace Fina because she was being surrounded by all these amazing people, that she might find somebody that's better at harvesting animals than Fina, and she might replace Fina. Now, of course, I feel like that's completely out of character for Yuna. She would never do that. She would never hurt any of her friends like that. But I mean, again, Remember, Fina is still a 10-year-old girl, so she doesn't know any better, right? And I like how she went to practice how to harvest with her father, and she was learning, but the father was able to, you know, find out fairly quickly that there was something, it was a bigger problem than just, you know, Fina trying to become better at harvesting, right? She really wanted to spend more time with Yuna, but she was kind of afraid. She wasn't courageous enough to say what she wanted, and her father kind of helped her along to finally encourage her to tell Yuna that she wants to spend more time with her, right? That's a great advice, right? If you want something, you have to be able to ask for it, because if the other person doesn't know, then, you know, it's not really a problem, right? If one of the party members doesn't know that there's a problem, there's no way they'll be able to fix the problem. So really, it's a communication problem. And I love how at the end, Fina was able to, you know, be courageous enough to tell Fina that she loves her and that she wants to spend more time with her. Now, I do have to talk about Noah, because she came in with the clutch. Noah is definitely the MVP of this anime, because she's the one that told Yuna that what would happen, right? Like, Yuna, remember, right? You're in this world. Fina is like your sister, your little sister. What would happen if Fina starts kind of drifting away from Yuna? And that's when Yuna kind of realized what was happening, right? They were both kind of drifting apart. Again, Yuna, she was so hyper focused on everything that she was doing, traveling to the kingdom, like, you know, where the king and the prince are at, because the princess wanted to see Yuna. She's going to Milila to eat her food and spend time with all the friends that she made over there. And while she's doing all of that, she's not really thinking about Fina and her feelings. And there's nothing wrong with that. Again, Yuna can do whatever she wants, but she's kind of falling back into her old character from episode 1, where we see back in episode 1 when she was playing with the VR headset and stuff like that. She didn't care about her parents. She wanted to spend time by herself, and I think like Noah helped her realize that, and that was awesome. I mean, Yuna finally realizing that she's falling back into her old character. She kind of fixed that. She kind of caught it. You know, she went to get Fina and tell her that she actually loves her and wants to spend more time with her. Again, I do think this is like the only family that Yuna has in this world. And the fact that Yuna came clean to Fina and told her everything, you know, about her home country that is really far away in another world and all that stuff. She actually came clean to Fina, told her everything, and essentially they communicated and they're both happy right now. Now, I don't know if this anime has a manga or a light novel. This feels more like a light novel type of story, right? You know, I will say I am happy with this ending. I am happy with this ending. If there is a season 2, would I watch it? I'll give it a try, just depending on what's going on. If I had to rate it right now, I would definitely give it a 7 out of 10, because, you know, even though I care about the characters, right, it's not like the best anime out there, right? It didn't do anything too shocking. There wasn't any good plot twist. Everything in this anime was very predictable. Nothing wrong with that. If you like that kind of stuff, that's fine. I enjoyed the characters in this anime, right? But aside from that, right, if you take like Yuna and Fina away, then this anime really tells like a really bland story. It was a nice anime to watch if you're chilling, you know, just, you know, relaxing, because there wasn't anything to keep up with, right? Every story, every little detail that we got in this anime was very simple, and I enjoyed it for what it was. So if season 2 does come around, if there's, you know, not that many animes for that block of time that it comes out in, I would definitely watch season 2, because I did enjoy this anime. So yeah, overall, 7 out of 10. Let me know in the comments, what did you think of this anime? Did you like it? Was this anime for you? Did you want something else? Let me know in the comments. And like always, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode.